Hey guys, Darren here, and today we're going to be doing some mic tests to see if we can get some interesting results. So the three mics we're going to be using today is, first off, is going to be the Blue Yeti Nano. I've used this mic for quite some time now. I've had no issues with it. It's been a solid mic and it's done me well. The second mic we're going to be using is going to be my new mic, which is the Movo VSM-5, which I've got connected into a Scarlett Solo 3rd Gen. And lastly is the Tonor XLR mic, which I bought a while ago, and it was a cheap bundle. It come with a few other little bits and bobs, and it was about £40, $50–$60 I believe. Can't remember now, it was quite a while ago. And we're going to be using that with the phantom power supply it came with, but we're also going to do something else with it in a bit and see what happens. So for the first test, what I want to do is I want to show you what all three of these microphones sound like straight out of the box into OBS with no effects, nothing added onto it, just as they are. So starting with the Blue Yeti, then I'll do the Movo and then a Tonor. Let's go. Okay, so this is what the Blue Yeti sounds like straight out of the box into OBS with no filters applied. This is what the Movo VSM-5 sounds like straight out of the box in OBS with no filters. This is what the Tonor sounds like straight out of the box in OBS with no filters. Okay, so now that we've done that, gonna do the same thing again, but this time we're going to be using two filters added onto each mic. I'm going to be using noise suppression and a compressor. This is what the Blue Yeti sounds like. Now I've added two filters onto it. This is what the Movo VSM-5 sounds like. Now I've added two filters onto it. This is what the Tonor sounds like. Now I've added two filters onto it. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm just going to have a quick listen and see what the results I can hear. Okay, so let's start in the same order. So for the Blue Yeti with no filters, it was quite good. You know, the quality of the mic was good, but the main issue there was there's a lot of background noise I could hear. Now through speakers I couldn't hear it, but through headphones I could hear the background noise. I could hear fans and stuff going off in the background. So that was the only issue with the Blue Yeti out of the box. But then with filters applied, it sounded fine. You know, the background noise all eliminated, all gone. The microphone sounds great. The only issue I have with it is more of a preference, and that is the microphone itself sounds quite heavy on the lows. Like my voice kind of sounds a bit deep, and I'm not a fan of that. That's preference. Now second off, the Movo VSM-5 straight out of the box sounded great. There was no background noise. Main issue there was it was quite quiet. Now with the filters applied, it sounded the same again. The quality was even better, and in my opinion I would say it was the best one out of the three, but it was quite quiet again. And I don't think that's the microphone's fault itself. That is my fault, because you know, it's the first time having this microphone. It's the first time having the Scarlett Solo, and I'm not quite right with my levels yet. So I think that was more me not having the gain turned up high enough on the preamp. And lastly, for the Tonor, now with no filters, it's the results I expect. There is like a high-pitched hissing sound that I can't figure out what it is. It happened ages ago when I did tests on this microphone. It's like, I think it's the phantom power supply. I'm not sure if it's the microphone itself, that there's cheap components in it, but there's like a high-pitched frequency hissing sound that you can hear when you have headphones on with it, and don't like it. That instantly is just a no. But when the filters were applied, that hissing went and it was gone. The microphone itself, the quality was not as good though as the other two, to be expected, but the hissing was gone, which was a big factor. Okay, so now moving on to the second test, the test that I really want to do and that I'm really interested in it, and that is plugging the Tonor into the Scarlett, into a much better preamp than the phantom power supply it came with. That is just really cheapy and awful. Can we, one, eliminate the hissing? Two, well, can we give it more fullness, make it have more, the voice have an impact, you know, more dense with the frequencies? Can we do that just off plugging it into the Scarlett alone? That's what I want to find out. So I'm going to plug it in now. We're going to do the same test again. We'll say something for the Movo, then we'll say something for the Tonor with no filters applied, and then we'll do it again with filters applied. Let's see how we can get this to sound. So start off with the Movo. So this is what the Movo VSM-5 sounds like straight out of the box plugged into the Scarlett Solo. This is what the Tonor sounds like straight out of the box plugged into the Scarlett Solo. Now this is what the Movo VSM-5 sounds like plugged into the Scarlett with two filters applied. This is what the Tonor now sounds like in the Scarlett Solo with the filters applied in OBS. Okay, now we've done both of them. I'm gonna have a listen, see what I can hear. Okay, interesting result. It made a huge difference. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's start with the Movo. Do you like the Movo the most? How it makes my voice sound is the one. It's definitely my favorite. Now the Tonor, the microphone itself sounded much better with and without filters straight into the Scarlett. The hissing, high pitch, could no longer hear it, which was fantastic. So that definitely was just the cheap Phantom Power Supply that mic came with. That I think that probably was the issue then. If now I plug it into the Scarlett, completely eliminates it. But the microphone itself sounded much better. It sounds a bit high on the high end. It's not got much low end or maybe much mid to it. But honestly, the microphone doesn't sound that bad. It sounds pretty darn good. You know, if you were to buy that microphone on its own without the bundle, you know, without the shock mount, without the pop filter, the armbar, I think it come with some other random bits. If you were to buy that mic without all them and eliminate the things like you didn't need, and you just got the microphone on its own, it's probably, I'm gonna say, £30. £30 microphone, 40. Yeah, $30. I don't know. I don't think it's an expensive microphone. Take away all the extras in the bundle, you look at a really cheap microphone. And if you plug that cheap microphone into a good preamp, it sounds a lot better. It's surprisingly a lot better. It surprised me how much of a difference it made. But you can still tell it is not as good as a microphone as this little Blue Yeti with the way it sounds. Now, don't get me wrong, it does sound good, but like I said, it sounds very high. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you had a lot of fun. Till next time. Peace.